some leakage from the toilet, which clearly there was. So we're going to check that out, and we're going to see what's going on up here. I mean, it looks like the seal is like in the wrong place or something. I don't know what's going on up there. We're going to pull the toilet and see. That pipe doesn't look like it's the best, but I can't tell that it's leaking from there necessarily. May not be, but that is all cast iron and it's getting old. Looks like they joined it to PVC once upon a time. All right, so first thing first is this was leaking from a couple spots. So what I did is I just cut this off the pipeline. I added a compression fitting here, and that took care of the leaks on that. So that's good and solid. All this jazz was just rotating off the shark bite and moving all around, and just was ridiculous. It's better just have it straight onto the pipe. It's compressed fitting, like so, nice and easy. Get rid of all this extra stuff. This is just okay. The other issue is, as you can see, the flange is below the floor. So one thing of concern is this is really a thin one. When it's below the floor, it's better to have a thicker one like that. With probably no doubt with that thin as it was leaking. So we're gonna go ahead and add a new one on, nice and high. Make sure it's really positioned good, centered. Okay, like so. Boom. Make sure the screws are lined up, and we're gonna go ahead and put this toilet back on, seat it. This is loose too, so we're gonna go ahead and tighten him up too, and put it all together. We're gonna do a flush, and we'll see if we solve the problem. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention the type of supply line I used was a Basscraft 28 half-inch compression inlet with a 3/8" OD compression outlet. So that's the kind that we wanted to use for this. All right, so we've got the toilet mounted back on. Everything's real tight and secured. Perfect little supply line there. No leaks. Basically, we got cleaned this up a bit. Kind of squared it up a little bit. So it's a little bit easier to see, and then we'll just put a whole sheet back up there somehow. Wow. This is a rough ceiling here. You see how it's doing all kind of angling here? Wow. That drywall is going to be hard to put back up, but we'll try to get it. That's, you know, I can see where they've done it at, but yeah. We'll get it up there. We'll clean it. I just want to get a cleaner view of everything. I really do not like this pipe work here at all. I'd almost assume to. Wow. They're kind of making that difficult on me. I might cut that stuff and just take that off and redo that, because it's kind of going to be in my way. Kind of is. Really is. I might just go ahead and cut this pipe and just rerun it across and come over. I'm thinking about it because it's kind of not cool, and it's going to be in my way. So of lifting that up in there, I need to be able to lift that up. I don't know. All right, so look, when I cut the PVC pipe, they have connected into the cast iron somehow. It's leaking where they can make a connection too, I see. Yeah, so when I did that, this came right out. It was not even glued in. Look at the kind of glue, they just kind of pushed it up on there, and that's it. That's how they had it. It wasn't even glued. No wonder it was leaking so bad. Look at this. It's like they Yeah, you can see where there's all kind of openings around it. Yeah, it was not properly glued in there. And it just fell right off. When I cut that, I expected it to stay up, and it just came right out. So it wasn't even glued up there properly to the flange at all. Very crazy. All right, so let's go up to the we'll go pull that flange now upstairs. All right, clean this up a little bit first. All right, so here we are up at the flange. Right, so let's okay. Let's just set those all that to the side for a minute. All right, let's see what we got here. Huh. Well, look at these screws, man. Looks like they put a flathead in there. Why? Oh my goodness, are they silly or what? Let's hope not. Hopefully I'm seeing something. Oh, okay, it was not a flathead. Thank goodness. I thought it was. It's just the rust. That's cool. All right. Okay, so they got this pretty much glued to the floor. Slightly. Alright, so let's see if we can pull it up or not. Yeah, they got it in there, don't they? Alright, so we're gonna have to pry that up. So let's do that next. Well, I can see the installation error here. So look at the flange. Not a lick of glue on it. No primer, no glue. It wasn't even glued on. It was just sitting in there. No wonder it was leaking everywhere. Let's go compare the piece downstairs. It's no wonder. It's no wonder. All right, so here's the piece, how it was. So this is what they did. Look, they just had it in there, and they just set it. They just had it setting in there with no glue at all. No wonder it was leaking from here so bad. I can't even see how that even lasted any amount of time. I see exactly how they did it. So that's how they had it. They just had it sitting in there like that with no glue. No primer, no nothing. It wasn't even connected. So that's where I had seen the water spraying out of there. Crazy. Whoever did this did not know what they were doing at all. Just threw it in there thinking, oh, that's good enough. It's not. That's definitely not good enough. And then they had leaks here too, because they apparently didn't glue it right in there. So we're just going to replace this whole section. And hopefully we can, what we'll do, we'll get a piece here, another piece here. So yeah, that's crazy. All right, so we're back. So I've cut out the pipe section, took out the flange up there, as you can see. I also cut the PEX pipe because that one pipe, the copper pipe, that was in my way. So that's over here. Let me come on up a minute so you can see better. That's this one here. So I'm gonna have to we'll get that cleaned up. We'll connect that back to some PEX. I'm gonna rerun the PEX across. Let's see. Yeah, see this. I have to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to drill through Drill. Oh, I gotta drill all the way. Ah, it's over here though. Let me see. I have to drill. I'm gonna have to drill. Let's see. We'll cut it. Take a 90, drill through there, and then run it. Yeah, run it down there. This wasn't cut very well, so I'm gonna have to cut this better so I can get the pipe up in there. Because I did a measurement up there. Let's go look at that. Also, I got the epoxy ready. It's starting to get warm. So we're gonna go ahead and epoxy this. Oh. Looks like they had did it before, so we're gonna continue to do this. All right, so we got the epoxy on there. Looks good. So after that, we're gonna put the no hub on. We'll do that right behind that, but I'm gonna let it cure first. So, yeah, that'll work. That'll go right on there, and then just slide on. So, yeah. All right, so let's go have a look now. Got that all sealed up. That'll help that pipe connection better. Now. All right, so coming back up to the here, like I see. All right, so we're gonna have to cut a little bit more of a hole out in order to get this pipe to come all the way up, because I want this to sit flush, not just a little. You know, when you remember when edges that is just sitting in there, we don't want that. We want it all the way down, boom, just like that, all the way down in the pipe, glued in, perfectly glued in. All right, so okay, so in order to do that, we're gonna have to cut this out more as I marked it and get that pipe through, because I want to be able to raise the glue the pipe up in it after I mark it down. So we're gonna have to cut this out, and that's what we're gonna do next. I may have to go get my hole saw so I can get in a perfect cut on this. That's probably what I'll end up doing here. Go get the hole saw. Hopefully, yep. We'll measure that and see what it is. All right. All right, so we cut out the hole so it's big enough to accommodate the 4-inch pipe coming up. See, now it goes through perfectly. All right, so we're ready to start laying stuff down. Got a big enough hole now for the pipe to go up. All right, so let's get ready to do this. Alrighty, and we have our no hub, or our flexible coupling. It's gonna pop on there. That's gonna go on there like that. Let's clean this up a little bit first, sand it a little. Alright, so we got the flexible coupler attached now to that end of the pipe. Now we're gonna have to bridge the distance from here up to there, make the connection with the elbow. But first, before I do that, I want to go ahead and get this out of the way and run this down to connect with that. So let's get that in there, and that's going to be there's actually a space there. I may not even need to drill through. Let's see. I may actually not have to do that. I think I see a space right there. Now that I'm on second look. Let's see. Oh. Okay, so I'm not gonna be able to make that. I'm gonna have to cut that and do a 90 because I can't bend that. So let's do that. Because I can't make it over there to it, so it's better to do a 90 here. Where would the 90 be? Right about there. should be able to run that. Alright, so kind of having a look at the Fernco coupler there. Looks good. It's all secured to that pipe now. And now we put the shark bite, we connected that back to the copper. We're just basically reconnecting it the way it was. Except with the exception is instead of being across the pipe here, I moved it over so it's kind of going in line with the red. And then we're just going to crimp it up right here. So let's do that real quick. Already got the everything on there. Make sure it's all lined up. Actually, let's do one at a time so I can get to it easier. Alright. Alright, let's get some light on the situation. I can barely see up here. Alright, crimp it. There we go. Boom, good crimp. Alright, let's put this one in now. Alright, now let's do this side. Well, let me try to come more this way with it. Let me get it better. I didn't quite get it lined up the way I wanted. Hold on. Just need it lined up a little better. Alright, let's crimp them. Okay. Alright, that's crimped. Alright, that's cool like that. Alright, boom. Alright, so that's re-crimped there. The PEX, copper rings. Okay, now it's running straight down to that pipe, out of the way. That's what we wanted, so I can easily get access to this. And, you know, before, you know, that pipe was pretty bad, so, and now we got it running the way we need it to, so that's all good now. Alright, so we got we dry fitting the pipe in. Let's see. Went ahead and cut this out, the piece that we're going to need. So we're going to go ahead and try to dry fit this up, like so. Let's take this back out. And we're going to just kind of dry fit that in, bring him up. We're going to kind of see what we can do here to, all right, let's get this in here. All right, as far as we can go. All right, take it upstairs and have a look. Okay, there's that. All right, let's go see how that looks up here now. I measured a 5-inch cut for the distance. That should work. Put that flange straight. So now this, let's see, when this goes in, alright, let's see what we got here. Okay, so it didn't quite measure up, hold on. See, this is what I'm working on. See how I'm lining them pipes up? I had to do a whole new line up here for this, that blue one. I had to redo all that. We're almost got it now, just about. All right, so we got the measurements figured out. We're gonna go ahead and do the gluing process. Glue the few pieces together that need to be glued together, that obviously were not glued together before. I'm gonna do it now. Oh, they sure know how to. They sure know how to put these tops on, don't they? My goodness. Oh, wow. Jesus. They put these on way too fucking tight. Way too tight. Oh. Let's get another glove because that primer went everywhere. All right. That opened up fine. That primer, wow. All right, here we go. Let's do the ding, 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 ding. Let's get it in there. Covered, and our glue. Lots of glue, lots of glue. This is the step we had to do. Okay, roll it around real good. Alright, bring him on in. Push him in. Give it a little turn, hold it. Just long enough for it to seize up. Okay, there it is, boom. Seal is made. All right, and they're good. All right. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, go ahead and put this up. Wow, it's everywhere here. Just can't not make it this is going everywhere. Get it up quick if you get it on. There we go. Okay, so we've got it lined up now finally. Right up to where we need it. So I'm gonna go up now and glue in the flange into the main pipe. Then we'll come back and line this up a little bit more, tighten them up, and we're on our way. All right. All right, here we are. So now we got the flange here. We're going to put that in, glue that straight into the pipe, and then lock it down. It's already measured to lay flat back down again. So that's what we're going to do next. All right, here we go. So what I'm going to do is glue the pipes. I'm going to put it in a little bit and just kind of turn it and get them tabs lined right up with where the toilet's going to sit. All right, let's do it. That's great. It's in there. So everything's lined up. Everything's flat to the floor. Okay. Let's go ahead and screw him back down the way he was. Alright, so we got everything connected up. Real solid, locked down. Everything glued together properly. These seals are all locked down real good. No more leaks, it looks like. All good. I ran water in there, so there is some standing water in there. Check for leaks on the pipes I did. Nothing. Looks good. So those are all good. The connections I did. All looks pretty good. Sealed up. Alright, looks like everything's done. We're gonna get that toilet mounted. Alright, so we've put another flange on top just to kind of get it raised up to be level with the floor. So that's looking a lot better. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and drill that down through the existing flange and then straight into the subfloor. Let's get that done next. Alright, here we go. So we got the new flange on. We have the seal on. Looking good. Okay, everything is locked and loaded. Alright, we are ready to put the toilet on. Alright. Alright, let's have a look. Everything's bolted to the floor. Yeah. I want to make sure that's alright. Looks good. Okay, we're ready to do it. Put it on there. That's way a nice repair. Alright, so I bolted it back down, locked it down. It's nice and tight. Remember, it used to be loose. Everything's nice and tight now. Let's get the let's put this back on. Then we're gonna give it a test flush. Go downstairs and see how we did. Are we ready? See how we did. Good flush. Test for look for any leaks around the boat there. That looks good. Don't see any leaks around the toilet. Let's go check to see how we did on the pipes. Let's have a look. Perfectly dry. Yep, not a leak. Yep, that's perfect. No leaks anywhere. Everything's dry. That epoxied up good. Sealed good. No leaks, no water. See? Perfectly dry. Let's go give it another flush though. We'll try one more time. I just want to give it another little whirl. I think we are golden. Ready? Flush 2. Nice flush. Water on the floor. All the water went down like it should. Have a look again. And again, no leaks. Everything's perfect. Yep, it's all holding. No water nowhere. None nowhere. It's draining like it should. Okay, so it looks like that epoxy I did on the cast iron held. Looks like it, now that all of the sealing is good, it's pushing it. It looks like it's exposed another one right around this ridge here. Let me see if there's, I can't see up there, so let's just take a look here, see if there's anything on top. I think we have something oozing right there. Also, I noticed there's some ooze here as well around this pipe. When they put PVC straight into the cast iron, it just was not a good idea. But that's how they did it, and the customer doesn't want to replace everything. But what it would have been the best thing to do is cut it here, cut the whole T out, and put all new PVC here, and then hub it up to the main stack. And same thing here, reconnect all this. But it's such a much more extensive job, so we're gonna just try to epoxy these two, since they don't want to do all the extra that we really should have been done. I would have much rather have done that. It would have been a better overall repair, but much more work, much more cost. They're looking for something a little easier. That's what I should have did because of that. All right, so as you can see, there's still some pitting around that right there, and then I see another leak that's now forming over on that Y over there, which is, you know, happening because we've sealed all this up perfectly, and now it's kind of revealing some other stuff. Plus, I never ran water upstairs before to run through that Y. So we thought it was all right. So no more leaks. I really used a lot of JB water weld on this. Use some Nashawa self-fusing silicone tape here just to kind of bridge the gap between the two. I don't see any leaks there anymore. No more leaks there. Yep, that JB water well really worked for now. Yep, I don't see anything. It's dry as can be. Everything's dry. So we're gonna let all this do one more day of curing, because I just put another layer on just for an extra top coat for surety. Then we're gonna let all this dry out real good till tomorrow, and then we're gonna, if everything passes all the tests perfectly, we'll put the drywall back up and repaint, and that'll be it. All right, so here we come back to 4 days of curing. I let it cure for 4 more days, and there are absolutely no leaks, no moisture, no nothing. It's definitely sealed up and reformed. So yeah, there's no leaks at all, no moisture anywhere. So what we're gonna do now is go ahead and do a test of water, flushing, all that good stuff, just to make sure before I finish putting that drywall up. Let's go flush the toilet a bunch of times, run the water upstairs, shower. Just for that final little test. Good. Alright, run the shower, everything. Sink. Another flush. Good. Alright, let's go see how we're looking down here. Okay, we flushed the toilet 2 times. We're running the tub, which is coming from here, running into this one. No leaks there either. Looks good, feels good. This is the sink drain here. So it's running. Everything looks good. No more water, no more water. Yeah, everything feels good here. Everything's tight, sealed up. Great. All right, so we have it done, and look at that. The patchwork bit would work. It's perfectly dry now. And I ran the toilet, I ran the sink, shower and everything, and no water came through. So it is perfectly matched. The only problem we have here is, what I've noticed is the drywall doesn't line up. You can see this pipe, it actually goes right almost in a line with the bottom of the drywall. So it must have had a really big bow on it already from here to there when it fell. And in fact, let's have a look from a distance. Yeah, you can see how much of a bow that had. That's how it made it over the pipe. So that's really going to be a challenge to drywall that back with that bow like that. And the patch made the pipe even lower in the center. Oh. And the wood is not in the best shape. It's all bowed up too. Look how it bows here too. It goes, then it goes. It's all over the place up here. Yeah, this is a drywall nightmare. Man. Really think it's gonna be in my way. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna have to lift that up in there, and it's going right across my view. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking about it, because we really want a straight run, straight down, not the way they did that. So I may just change that up, cut that there and pull it back, and then drill another hole and bring that PEX straight down. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think it'll be easier on me. So that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna cut that and bring it back, run the PEX up. We'll just run that PEX up straight to that pipe there. Yeah, let's do that.